So, Daniel Korski is the person who wants to become the next mayor of London. He's on the list of three, the short list of three Conservative candidates, and he has been mentioned by a lady called Daisy Goodwin about an allegation of inappropriate touching. And this compromised everything. Daniel Korski really was the front runner, but it all looks very suspicious, and he looks rather seedy. And nobody seems at this moment to be investigating the case, and everything is going to pot. Indeed, one of the other candidates it's leaking out is the number 10 favourite, a person called Moz Hussein, who is a barrister with very little political baggage, or probably one should say with very little political experience. That may be a positive. Now, the further news which compromises Daniel Korski is about the people who were backing him in the first place. The Children and Families Minister, Claire Cortino, she has asked the Cabinet Office to act swiftly following Daisy Goodwin's complaint. She says that behaviour like that alleged by Goodwin has, quote, no place in society. It has no place at all, really. Daisy Goodwin says that she felt justified in naming Korski, and she says that since she had named him and been published, she's been contacted by other women who she says have got some very interesting stories. Now, Korski was previously endorsed by Michael Gove, the Levelling Up Minister, with the interest in, with various admissions of his own, and also by the Education Minister, Robert Halfon. Now, Halfon says that he has paused his support. I don't quite know what that means in practice. Cortijo says that she accepts Korski has denied the allegation, but she calls it serious and concerning. She hasn't quite pulled back, but it's only a matter of hours before she does so, I'm quite sure. And I think pausing to establish the facts in any normal workplace situation means being on paid suspension, and that scuppers the campaign completely. Daisy has said that she doesn't feel herself as a victim, but she says she was shocked. When something like this happens to you, you know, she says. Absolutely. And the Labour Party, Alex Norris, the Shadow Levelling Up Minister, Michael Gove's corresponding shadow partner, says that if this had happened to a Labour candidate, then Labour would expect them to step aside. Daniel Korski simply hasn't done that, but Daniel Korski looks at the ministers in number 10 and he sees they get away with it, so why shouldn't he? This is the problem. When the elite are constantly dodging bullets like this, and playing with words, when they are accused of bullying and they remain a minister, when they are accused of bad behaviour and they remain a minister, when they are accused of lying and they remain a prime minister, at least for a while. This is the point. In an age where honour is ditched, we shouldn't expect it in any part of our society. So for somebody to act dishonourably, for somebody simply to dismiss allegations like this and expect to get away with it at the top end of our society, whereas when we were, if we were in a school, if we were in ordinary business, at this point, we would be facing suspension. Allegations like this have seen careers terminated. And yet, somebody who wants to be the Mayor of London continues on his campaign, saying, well, I deny the allegations absolutely. And Conservative Central Office says, we don't have enough evidence to conduct an investigation. It's his word against hers. It's not sufficient. They should have asked to speak to Daisy Goodwin. If they haven't done that, then they're not doing their job, surely. The whole business of investigations needs to change. We need to make speedier decisions. We need to ask. We need to ask ourselves very seriously, if somebody is standing for high office, how are we supposed to conduct ourselves in high office? In the end, it's not whether we've done something wrong or whether we haven't done something wrong, but are we above suspicion? The question of Caesar's wife. And I don't think Daniel Korski is above suspicion, is he?